Hi guys, this is Ashley back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to be doing a reading on Nicki Minaj and this whole situation in regards to the lawsuit. I'm going to be asking certain questions. Before we get into the video, obviously like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications. So I'm going to just get right down to it. So, did Nicki Minaj contact the alleged victim directly or indirectly? Has Nicki Minaj ever contacted the alleged victim directly or indirectly through someone else? No, I'm not really seeing that, okay? I'm not seeing that she contacted this woman directly or indirectly. The Three of Pentacles is here. This talks about disharmony, okay? So, kind of trying to stay away from the situation. Also, the Five of Cups talks about disappointment. She's disappointed about how this has made it so far to the media. And then she's also kind of disappointed in how, she doesn't feel like she has a lot of people by her side. Okay. We also have the Sun card. This talks about looking at the positive things. So she's going to try to, take the positive approach of things. She may not be on social media a lot, okay, until this thing is resolved. Mostly for Kenneth's case. But, since every publication is kind of talking about it, she may go on a mini hiatus. I really wouldn't be shocked. Okay, the Six of Swords, that talks about letting go of baggage. It talks about moving forward, letting go of baggage, anything negative. So she just wants to move forward with her family, okay? And then we also have the Queen of Wands. It talks about success, achievement. She's trying to work on her music, trying to achieve certain goals. She wants to move forward. And she feels like there's some sort of blockage because of everything that's going on in the media. We also have the Six of Wands that talks about private achievement and goals. So she's not really focusing on exactly the alleged victim. She's focusing more on Kenny. Okay, so with that being said, I don't see that there was any contact between, the alleged victim and Nicki Minaj. Okay. I don't see, from the cards here, I don't see any direct contact or indirect contact. Let's move on to Kenny, okay? Has Kenny, Nicki Minaj's husband, directly or indirectly contacted the alleged victim? Kenny, okay? Has he directly or indirectly contacted the alleged victim? Nicki Minaj's husband. Okay, so I'm being honest with you. I don't see a direct contact. I do see, though, the Ace of Wands is here. That talks about potential. So that means that he could have asked one of his friends, okay? Asked one of his friends to, contact her. But I don't see any direct contact with her from these cards. I feel like he could have went through somebody. The Ace of Wands, that talks about potential. We also have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, talks about work-home conflict. So he knows it would conflict with his, case if he's contacting her directly. Okay, so it's not something that he would risk. But this has caused her a lot of pain. The Nine of Swords, she is struggling emotionally. So when she's talking about distress in the lawsuit, she really is emotionally distressed. Okay, so this has caused her a lot of heartache and pain. We also have the Devil card here in reverse. That talks about being detached from somebody emotionally. So he's not really, he doesn't have any feelings for her. Okay, basically. We also have the 8 of Cups that talks about withdrawal, moving yourself away from a situation. So he doesn't even want to be attached to her, okay? He wants the situation to be gone, okay? So he doesn't even want to be attached to her. So I don't really see direct communication, but I can see, him indirectly trying to communicate or trying to get things resolved through someone. So when she says that Kenny and Nicki have not directly communicated with her, she's not lying about that. They have not. Okay, when she says somebody could have went through, yes, but Nicki doesn't really have any regard of the situation. It looks like Kenny could have done this by himself. Okay, and that's just what I'm getting from the cards. Let's see. What else? How does Nicki Minaj feel about the alleged victim? Nicki Minaj, how does she feel about the alleged victim? Nicki Minaj. How does she feel about the alleged victim? Okay, so Nicki is she is like empathetic towards her, okay? Because the 9 of Swords is here. This kind of talks about when you sympathize when somebody's kind of struggling emotionally. We also have the Empress card, which just talks about being nurturing. So Nicki is a naturally caring person, so she does sympathize with this lady. We also have the Empress card, which also talks about nurturing, but it also kind of talks about abundance. So she does feel like the lady is looking for money. Okay, she does feel like the lady is looking for money. The 8 of Cups trying one more time. So it seems as though she feels like, the alleged victim is going to continue to kind of talk or do certain things in the media until she gets paid. Okay, so she does sympathize with her. The 4 of Wands, that talks about someone that's looking for success, looking for monetary gain. Okay, so she does feel like she's looking for money, but she does sympathize with her. Okay, let's see, how does the alleged victim feel about Nicki Minaj? How does the alleged victim, Jennifer, feel about Nicki Minaj? Okay, so she feels like she does feel like Nicki's strategic or sneaky. Okay, the 10 of Swords is here. This talks about working strategically, being sneaky. So that's how she feels about Nicki. The Queen of Swords in reverse, this talks about cold-heartedness. So she feels like Nicki is cold-hearted. Okay, the High Priestess card is here in reverse. That talks about detachment. Okay, so that talks about not having a relationship, not having a bond. We also have the Moon card that talks about anxiety and fear. So like I said before, she is struggling emotionally. And she also sees Nicki as someone that could give her a new life, ironically. Because the Knight of Wands is here, okay? That talks about trying to succeed, okay? Having success. So she feels like Nicki could give her money and she can start a new life. Okay. Basically may move again and, take whatever lump sum of money she gets and start over. Okay. So she does see Nicki as somebody that can give her a new life. Let's see. What was I going to ask? I should have wrote these questions down. Let me think. Is someone telling the alleged victim to continue to speak out? I've always wondered that because she did so many interviews. So I just want to know, is someone telling the alleged victim to speak out to the media? Yeah, I would say, yep. Someone is definitely telling the alleged victim to get that coin. Okay. The Three of Cups is here. This talks about a friendship. This talks about working together, collaboration. So even though it's just Jen versus, Nicki and Kenny, there's people behind her encouraging her to talk. Okay. We also have the Judgment card. This talks about when she knows that people are going to be critical of her being out in the media, but she has somebody supporting her. Okay, we also have the King of Cups. That talks about being emotionally balanced. This also talks about, people could be, pulling strings behind the scenes. Okay, so when you see this out in the media, people are telling her to continue to talk, because if she continues to talk, people will continue to look at Nicki sideways. Okay, and then she may cough up some money. So that's how they're looking at it. Okay, let me see. Will the alleged victim, will she get any money from this lawsuit? Ooh, okay. So let me get that. The alleged victim, will she get any money from this lawsuit? Okay, so it looks like she may not get money for the lawsuit, but to keep Nicki's name in her mouth, she's gonna continue to do that. Okay, if she doesn't get paid, she's gonna continue to make this more in the media. So the Six of Swords, this talks about having baggage. Okay, so she's not gonna fully let go of anything until she gets paid. Okay, the Sun card, this talks about being overly optimistic. So it may not be within the lawsuit, but she's not going to let go of the situation until she gets money. Okay, the Six of Wands, this talks about success. This talks about money. This talks about seeing things in a new light, looking for a new journey. So that's what she wants. Okay, the Queen of Wands is here in reverse. That talks about lack of success, though. So it may not go in her favor with this whole lawsuit thing, but she's going to continue to speak until she gets paid. Okay, and then we have the Lovers card, talks about harmony. This talks about, she could be working with someone, not necessarily even the lawyer. She could be working with other people to get help. Okay. So it looks like she may not necessarily get paid right now, even after, the lawsuit is over. But she's going to continue to speak until, she gets what she wants, because she has a lot of anxiety and a lot of fear. She feels like people are doing things to her. That's how she feels. So let's see what else. What other questions do I have? The alleged victim, were people making threats to her? Because that's what she said. The alleged victim, were people making threats to her? She said people were calling her house and stuff like that. So were people making so-called threats to her? I do feel like people could have made some threats to her. I do feel like she's not necessarily lying about that. Okay, because the Queen of Swords is here. That talks about direct communication. Upright. And then we also have the Three of Cups in here in reverse. That talks about working alone. Okay. And then we have the Judgment card. This talks about like avoiding someone, moving. Okay, she talked about how she had to move several times. So I do feel like people were making threats to her. Okay. So, you know, she's not necessarily making that up. Okay, I got another question. Why did she change her story so many times? Why did the alleged victim change her story so many times? Another card fell. Why did the alleged victim change her story so many times? Okay, so she has a lot of resentment towards Kenny. So the Five of Swords is here. This talks about having a lot of resentment towards someone. And it also talks about not being able to really move forward. Like I said before, she's going to be holding on to this. And then the Knight of Pentacles, this talks about payday, okay? So she wants a bag. That the Knight of Pentacles, that talks about when you see abundance from someone. Okay, you can give me what I want. And then we also have the Ace of Cups that talks about starting a new beginning. So she wants to start a new beginning. I do see the Moon card here that talks about her, you know, struggling with fear, anxiety. But ultimately, she changed her story because she wants a bag. And that's the truth. She wants to be vindicated, okay, for what she went through. Okay, she feels like, you know, money could give her that vindication. Okay. What else do I have? I don't think I really have any more questions. If you guys want me to do a part 2, I will, but it has to be, you know, legit questions. It can't be, you know, what's her favorite color? You know, it has to be a legit question. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Have a great day.